We're on our way to California for the Surf City Marathon. This is week 9 of the vlog. The pier is just that way. The expo for Surf City is just back there. So here to do the Surf City Marathon. Really excited about the race. Feel good. My goal is to run under 2:48. It's a goal that I had last time I went after a marathon in Chicago in 2014. Thought I could hit it in 2014, should have been able to. I made some mistakes in the race, and ultimately I ended up walking a lot of the closing kilometers and came in at about 2:55. So feel really good. The workout's been going really well. Haven't done a traditional marathon build-up. Had about 12 weeks, and I've still been doing quite a bit of swimming and cycling. So I haven't consistently put in as big miles as you might if you're just focusing on a marathon, but I still feel really well prepared. Over 12 weeks, I think that I'm close to 750 kilometers or so. Outside of tapering, my biggest week was about 115 kilometers. My smallest week, I think, was about 55 kilometers. Was able to get in consistent speed workouts, tempos, some really good long runs. So I'm well prepared. I should be able to have a good race tomorrow. It's just a matter of me being able to actually execute. Lisa showed up. Hello. She'll be running the marathon tomorrow too. Do you have anything you want to say about your marathon for tomorrow? No, she's shy in front of the camera. Give her a glass of wine, she's no longer shy, but in front of the camera, she doesn't want to talk. But yeah, so that's the plan. The weather should be great. Race starts at 6:30, so before the sun even comes up. What else did you say? It shouldn't be too hot. It'll be between, I think the race starts supposed to be about 10 degrees. It should only be about mid-teens by the time that we start. Not a lot of wind. You start running up the coast a little bit. You go inland for, I think it's about 10 kilometers or so. You come back along the coast and you just go up and down the coast twice. So it's a beautiful route. Should be a lot of fun, and we're both looking forward to it. It's about 5:20. We're at the race site. We're ready to rock and roll. Apparently when Lisa gets nervous, she dances and sings and twirls. Yeah. 6 o'clock, we're about to check our bags, and then we'll be ready to head to the start. Chat to you after the race. Just finished the Surf City Marathon. It was a very disappointing result. I think I ended up at 2:57-ish, not totally sure what the time was. I lost a ton of time in the final 10K. I think I lost pretty much all 9 minutes to my goal in the final 10K. It might have even been less than that, the final 7 or 8K. I felt fine, like nutritionally, like my lungs, my heart was all fine, my knees and calves were fine. It was just my quads were just so sore, and I couldn't get any power out of them. I tried to make sure that I was running light on my feet. Tried to make sure that I had high cadence, but still, it just it really hurt. I just couldn't go any faster. So it's disappointing. I'm sure part of it is just that I didn't do the really big mileage that that really you need to do. The weather was great today. Very little wind. It's overcast. It was probably only 12 or 13 degrees. So from that respect, it was as good as it could have been. I just wasn't fit enough to run 2:48. It's a little bit different than when I fell apart in Chicago. Chicago, I think I was fit enough to run 2:48, and I just executed poorly. Whereas today, I think that I was pretty well disciplined. I just wasn't fit enough to get the job done. So on to the next one. It's time to get into full-on Ironman training, because Lake Placid is going to be coming up in about 5 months. We're leaving Surf City, and we found out that Lisa was second overall by 2 seconds, which was really great, especially because she fell behind the group that she was running with and was able to claw back really late, and then beat third place to the line by 2 seconds. So neither one of us managed to hit our goal time, but it's still really great result to be able to fight back and come in second. So had a little bit more time to digest what happened with the race. So thoughts on the Huntington Beach Surf City Marathon, that it is quite sparse for under 3 hours. Like, I ran most of the race on my own, and the people that I could see either in front or behind me, most of them were running on their own. So for long sections of it, it felt almost like I was just out on a solo training run. The race also does start quite early, so there's not a lot of people out either cheering along the course or just out and about. In terms of nutrition, I had a gel at 10, 20, and 30K, and that seemed to work fine. At as many aid stations, at all the aid stations, I would take water, and they had a electrolyte drink, I think called Vitality, I think in terms of hydration, it's fine. They do have a really long stretch where there were no aid stations, and even at some of the aid stations, it's great that they have the volunteers, but it had a lot of volunteers that were holding on to cups, so you almost had to wrestle it out of
or handing them to the people in oncoming traffic and not giving them to you.
Yeah, but like hydration didn't. I don't think hydration is what derailed my race. I felt good through the first hour or so of the race, so about first 15K, and then after about 20K, I started to feel some twinges of pain in my quads, and then I think it was about 33 or 34K where I just didn't have any power in my legs anymore. Like my quads just I couldn't get any speed out of my legs, so that was really disappointing, because my pace dropped in a hurry, and from that point on I was just losing time every single kilometer. So it was disappointing being so far from the finish and knowing that a goal was out of reach, but definitely something to learn from. The strength that I did, that was especially for like my hip flexors, my hips, my knees, which are traditionally weak points for me when I was running. Like, they felt strong. It really was just my quads. So I'll have to talk to a few people and do some research to find out whether it's just running more mileage, running more hard miles, or if there's anything else I can do to help strengthen my quads. So overall, I still enjoyed the race and the race weekend. Like, love it out here in California. We're now heading down to Pacific Beach to go we'll watch the Super Bowl down there, so hopefully that's a good game.
And visit Cam, the French Bulldog.
And visit Cam, the French Bulldog. Yeah. And so Lisa, do you think it's going to be the Patriots or the Falcons?
Patriots.
Lisa's picking the Patriots.
Always a least favorite.
Yeah, Lisa likes the favorites. Lisa and I are now headed down to San Diego to watch the Super Bowl. So we're really excited about that. Lisa's really excited to see Cam, French Bulldog, down there. And yeah, so that's it for this week's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please click the subscribe button down below. Really appreciate that. And until next time, happy training.
Oh, this you crazy mother.